Welcome back to Mind Grind. Now, my topic of the day is Bitcoin. I was listening to a Kathy Woods interview on how she spoke about how Bitcoin is, potentially reaching its bottom, or the stock to flow model. Plan B was one of the originators to come up with the stock to flow, which then got shared through Fidelity. And the gist of the stock to flow is the difference between the amount of Bitcoin coming onto the market versus how much is going off. How much can be bought versus how much can be produced. It's commonly used for gold, silver, the perceived amount of gold that you can remove from the ground every year divided by the amount that is purchased. Now, in a bear market, we've seen corrections down to 85%, which would put us about 12,000. Some analysts like Gareth Soloway claims 12,000, 15,000 has been his base case, but he just recently in an interview said that if it compares to the dot-com bubble, could reach down to $3,500, $3,200. I think that's a way to hedge, or not hedge, but it is a way to be right, but not wrong. He did correctly analyze that it would drop from 69,000 down to sub 20. And he continues to move his bar down, but he also explains how he will dollar cost average down. He's already bought. Anyway, not too much about him. The idea is the theory of stock to flow in action and how Bitcoin could be the dynamics of Bitcoin has changed. Currently, UK pensions are blowing up. The United States, the Federal Reserve, is doing its quickest tightening ever. They are raising interest rates by 0.75%, so 750 basis points. Every meeting they make that announcement. We've quickly increased interest rates. Now, some countries are interfighting. You got Bank of England saying that, we're causing a cascading effect, which we are. Everybody's running to the US dollar. We're blowing up emerging markets on top of some markets that have been established. I mean, the UK government, Japan's never really been in the game. They've always manipulated and bought their own bonds. But I think the game has changed for Bitcoin. How I see it, and one of my thought ideas was, you may be familiar with technology in the S-curve. There tends to be an explosion to the upside, and then a lull, a discovery. The whole world knows about it now. And they're trying their best to navigate this. So what I believe is happening is some claim that it was a store of value in the beginning. Still up for debate. It's 12 years old? 13, 14 years old? 2008. So it's still up in the air. We really don't know. It doesn't have the history of gold. Now, I think it is becoming more used as a medium of exchange. I think people are using it as a transaction piece. I think many countries are losing faith in their reserves and their currencies, their state-owned currencies. That's going to push more and more people to use it. Now, that if you look at transaction fees, the Lightning Network, it just continues to go up and to the right. Now, I believe that's because of the usage. We've gone from a collector's item, which was, I have 1 Bitcoin, I have 2 Bitcoin, I have 100 Bitcoin from Silk Road days, But now it's, the old joke But can you buy a coffee? I think people are using it to buy coffee now. I think that the exchanging of Bitcoin is what's causing a little bit of the volatility, and that is what is causing the price to fluctuate. A lot of on exchange, off exchange. As a business owner, you would probably, if you don't feel secure in the exchange, you would just cash out for US dollars. Many countries like El Salvador uses it as a currency, a national currency, but they also recognize US dollar. So if you want to exchange out, then you go to the US dollar. I think it's 75% of all Bitcoin that's ever been purchased is being hodled. So you don't have much until that runs out. If there's a small market for exchange, then we will see how this plays out. Something I'm really interested in is the 4-year halving. Obviously, everybody always says it's hyped up. It's not. It is a inflection point every year, and it's parabolic. It halves. So it's not. It doesn't go down by a fixed number. It halves. So inversely, it's a parabolic movement. So 2024 will be interesting. But working up to that, we'll see where we go. Seem to be holding pretty steady at 19.5, which was the all-time high in 2016. I believe it was 2016. The last all-time high before we went to 69,000. And it's decision time. We could dip down to 15K, 20K. Those are great buying opportunities. Or you're stacking now, and you're looking for 40K. Time will tell. But that's what I think. Let me know what you think.